You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, Young and the Restless fans. It is Soap Dirt on YouTube, and we have got your Young and the Restless promo for the week of July 3rd through July 7th. There is so much to unpack in this promo. There are 3 big scenes, and we have the information for you also on what you're going to see airing on July 4th. And there is just so much to dig into. Major storyline action, makeups, breakups, new girlfriends. All right, we're going to dig into it. But if you haven't already, please reach down, click that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our Young and the Restless spoilers, promos, and more. All right, let's dig in. We're going to break it down for you scene by scene and then tie it back for you to the official spoilers that are coming for the week. And then we're actually going to show you this hot new promo so you know what is coming. All right, in the first scene, we have Victor Newman talking to Audra Charles. It looks like they are sitting at society maybe. And Victor says, I have become aware that you and a certain member of my family have become acquainted, and I ask you to come here to give you a serious warning. All right. Let's talk about that just for a second. So clearly he's talking about, I believe clearly, he's talking about his grandson-in-law, Kyle Abbott. That seems like the only one that he could be talking to because he knows she was already acquainted with Vicky and with everybody that works at Newman Enterprises. So it feels like he finds out, maybe he hears through the rumor mill that Kyle and Audra are flirting, but he is probably going to threaten her job, threaten her personally if she screws up his granddaughter's marriage. But I don't think there's any way that Victor is going to be able to stop Audra. Then in the second big scene, we've got Summer Newman talking to Kyle Abbott, and she says, I guess there's only one thing to do. And then she is at the Abbott mansion. She yells up the stairs and says, Harrison, can you come down here for a moment? So is she going to tell Harrison that she's leaving? I don't know, because on Monday, Kyle is flirting with Audra, and then he sends her flowers and diamond earrings. He is going big. He is already putting Summer into his rear view, and it doesn't feel like he is thinking as much about his son as he probably should, because his son's biological mom, Tara Locke, wound up in prison. I assume she's still there. And then, this is the mom that he knows, Summer, and he's just like, and he's moved on to Audra, who is not fit to be anybody's mom. I think we can agree on that. All right. Then we have a scene of Sharon Newman talking to Nick Newman. They're talking about the box of Cameron Kirsten stuff. And she says, I have an idea, but you'd have to get your hands dirty. And Nick says, whatever it takes. It sounds so serious, like they're about to do something big. They're not. They are going to shove all of Cameron's stuff, his, I guess the ashes for the dog collar, the family photo, all that, into a little trash can, and they are going to burn it. And then also on Monday, she is going to think about the company that Cameron left her. It's some kind of tech company, and she's thinking about selling it off and donating the money to charity. What's also interesting on Monday with them is he's telling Sharon that she's like the strongest person that he knows. Shouldn't he be with Sally, who's grieving, and telling her that she's being strong going through this thing? But no, he's over there with his ex-wife because, he's Nick. So the other thing coming up about July 4th is that there is not going to be a brand new episode. We predicted this in our 2-week spoilers, even though at that time Comcast and TV Guide were both showing a new episode of Y&R on July 4th. I was fairly certain that they weren't going to air one, even though they usually do if it falls on a weekday. And that's because the Writers Guild of America strike has taken out a lot of soap writers, and to keep the shows running, they're likely already working with FICOR writers. FICOR stands for Financial Corps. That is writers that have said, I can't afford to strike because of my financial situation, and they're allowed basically to cross the picket line and work on shows, but they get really kind of outed and named and shamed when they do that. Like last time, when the last strike ended, they actually published a list of the soap writers and writers that had said they were FICOR and they needed to work, and they named and shamed them. And this time, apparently, they're not even waiting until the strike is over. They're just naming them already. So we're going to see shows looking for preemptions and to hold on to new episodes, so they've got stuff longer, because what happens is they use fill-in writers, people that work on the show but that aren't usually writers, that are not part of the WGA, so they can try and keep the shows going. And all the fall TV primetime stuff is getting pushed out, and they're putting on more reality shows because this WGA strike has been going on for weeks with no signs of slowing. All right, so on July 4th, which is Tuesday in the US, they are going to be airing a July 3rd, 1992 episode. They are reaching way back. And it's an episode where John Abbott was hosting a July 4th party at the house, and there's going to be chancellors there, there's going to be Winters there, and of course Abbotts, all kinds of Abbotts. So if you love classic episodes, you may want to set your DVR. I don't know if your DVR will automatically pick it up. It depends on how the cable and TV system has coded that episode, because like for me, I generally have it set on new episodes only, but this may ping as a rerun. So if you want to see it, you may want to change your settings to new and repeat episodes, because they rarely repeat YNR episodes, so your DVR is not going to wind up filled up or anything. All right, so that is everything that happened scene by scene in the promo, and we are just about to show you the promo. But if you haven't already, please click that subscribe button and that like button so you give us some love. We love bringing you these videos, and we're excited to show you that brand new YNR promo right now.
I've become aware that you and a certain member of my family have become acquainted, and I asked you to come here to give you a serious warning.
Guess there's just one thing left to do. Harrison, could you come down here for a minute? I have an idea.
But you would have to get your hands dirty.
Whatever it takes.